And I think that if you're running Gardevoir, you'd probably be better off running the Mega anyways, right?
Right.
And we go to team preview right now. Conan off screen on bottom with Kangaskhan, Landorus, Therian, Heatran, Cresselia, Gengar, and Zapdos. Aryana, there it is, the Musharna that you wanted to convince her to use, and she's using it so proudly right now. Scrafty, Politoed, Jellicent, Mawile, and Amoonguss. Pretty similar, pretty much what I think it's going to be a Rain Room team. You know,
right, and this is standard Rain Room. I've played a Rain Room team that had 5 of these 6 Pokemon. No Mawile at the time, so it was Gastrodon instead. It's a pretty standard thing to do. You get your Trick Room set up with Jellicent or Musharna, start using Surf, Water Spout. Amoonguss is a great support in Trick Room, obviously Scrafty too. So standard for what it is, but not standard for the meta. Looking at Conan's team, something more similar to what we were expecting to see from the meta. Kangaskhan and Gengar. Kangaskhan and Gengar together, sometimes it's surprising which one of those Pokemon Mega Evolves.
Right, and last year in German Nationals, it was a clean sweep by Kangaskhan, Gengar. So we know that it's a potent combination. I think in that situation, though, Gengar is probably going to be the one that Mega Evolves. No, not Mega Evolves. Kangaskhan's the one that Mega Evolves. Gengar is the one that plays support.
Right, but you can really see either. It can be Gengar Mega Evolving and Parasonging, or Gengar not Mega Evolving, Icy Winding to support Kangaskhan. Both are really good. And it's a tough position to be in when you see that lead, because even though the Kangaskhan Mega Evolving is much more common, if you play assuming that, you could fall right into the trap of the Gengar.
That's true. And we do see the Kangaskhan Gengar lead for Conan's side. Most likely the Mega Kangaskhan, but you see how much support that Gengar is going to play for it. Could Shadow Ball hit the Jellicent pretty hard. Could taunt the Amoonguss, could taunt the Jellicent as well.
Kangaskhan can fake out either of these Pokemon. It's going to be hard to get Trick Room up this turn.
If it has Scrappy, it might be early bird. You never know. Inner Focus could be. No assumptions here in this game of Pokemon. Yeah, I think Conan's in good position right now.
Yeah, it's easy to deny Trick Room here, and Aryana really relies on Trick Room. Easy to put out massive damage too with Gengar on Jellicent, which will keep any Water Spout from being that good.
Jellicent going to protect itself this turn, going to try to burn away that Fake Out turn, I assume.
Fake Out turn,
happen.
Scout for the taunt.
We do see Amoonguss protect as well. Most likely Fake Out and then a taunt coming from that Gengar. Ooh, Fake Out onto the Amoonguss and Gengar goes for the taunt on the Jellicent. That's a smart move.
Fake Out, stop Spore. I mean, those were kind of interchangeable. You want to stop the Spore, you want to stop the Trick Room. One happens with Fake Out, one happens with taunt. It doesn't really matter. Now this turn you can't stop both.
Right, definitely. You could have easily just done it reverse, and the exact same thing would have happened. Then the next turn you just taunt whatever you didn't taunt before and start going on the offensive.
But the double protect to burn the Fake Out now means you can only taunt one of the two. Kangaskhan goes away probably to reset that Fake Out. Gengar staying in to get one of the taunts off. We'll see which one Conan prioritizes keeping from happening.
Amoonguss goes for the Rage Powder. Aryana, it looks like she's going to be able to get up a Trick Room if she really wants to right now. Gengar goes for the taunt, going to land onto the Amoonguss. Unless safety goggles, no safety goggles, going to go for the Amoonguss instead.
So Aryana making that decision for Conan. She doesn't want to wait and see whether she gets a Spore off or a Trick Room off. Rage Powders to make sure she gets a Trick Room off. Probably the right decision. Needs Trick Room with 13.
And Jellicent is one of those Pokemon that can run, I don't know, it's one of those weird Pokemon. Bulky, can also be offensive, and Water Spout is one of the best moves in the game.
With a Trick Room Jellicent like this, and Rain too. If Amoonguss switches out of that taunt, brings in Politoed, and Water Spout comes out, that's going to be a giant Water Spout. Probably won't KO either. It'll hit into Sash and probably trigger Citrus and Zapdos, but still a lot of damage to get off.
But knowing now that Amoonguss is taunted, it might just go straight for the Giga Drain onto the Gengar to break any sort of Focus Sash.
Yeah, I'm not sure without Rain Boost if it would even take Gengar to Sash. I think she needs that Rain. And then she can maybe heal off some of this damage. Thunderbolt, Shadow Ball will KO, but if one of those two attacks goes into Politoed instead, slower Surf could heal back a lot of it.
Jellicent going to go protect itself. Aryana playing that scouting game pretty well. Thunderbolt lands into the Politoed
good
slot.
prediction there.
Good call right there from Conan, and that does a lot of damage as Gengar goes for the Shadow Ball into the Jellicent.
But
helping hand Water Spout.
I'd think Surf Water Spout gets you around that Sash, probably still gets you both KOs. That's a good position for Aryana to be in. It's threatening huge damage. Almost nothing can switch into that without a water immunity. And we didn't see one on Conan's side. We've already seen Kangaskhan's one of his two Pokemon in the back. Stuff is going to be knocked out for Conan this turn.
And yeah, I mean, good position right now for Aryana. There's the Surf. That's going to do good damage in the rain, breaking any Sash on Gengar if it is carrying the Sash. Brings it down all the way down as Water Spout comes out. I don't think that's going to be able to knock out that Zapdos.
I don't think so either.
Zapdos,
so close. Crit on Gengar obviously doesn't matter.
So now, Citrus Berry on that Zapdos. That's good.
We did see that Surf was slower, though, so if this Thunderbolt goes into Jellicent, it won't KO, and then Surf will heal off a lot of it before the next turn, especially if this is Citrus also.
It is. That's not the berry, it's leftovers. Gonna get some residual health back after every single turn. Surf is gonna heal back up and do a lot of work, so Aryana's still in really good position. Unfortunate right there that Zapdos hung on, but still, I don't mind her
I'm trying
position.
to remember how much that Surf did. Is Zapdos in Surf KO range? Because otherwise, Fake Out on Jellicent's really nice here. Fake Out on Jellicent and another Thunderbolt towards it.
It's close. I think it might get knocked out. I think it is in Surf range right now, unfortunately.
It's Politoed, and Politoed may be in Fake Out range also. And it probably isn't in Water Spout range from that weakened Jellicent. If that Jellicent doesn't have something like Scald as a backup water move. So Fake Out probably
Politoed needs to get faked out here.
Yeah, Politoed will get faked out. Unless you use that Mega Kangaskhan Fake Out, we'll probably knock it out, and then we'll see what Jellicent can do in response.
I mean, Amoonguss can still clearly come in, though.
Amoonguss will be useful. But we've seen the turn of Trick Room went up, the turn with the Protect, and then the turn of double water move. So this is the fourth turn of Trick Room. It's almost gone for Aryana, and it's going to be really hard to set the second one up.
Sorry? We're not the front nose. Yeah, there's Fake Out onto the Politoed. That's going to be enough to pick up the knockout. So that
I don't think it would have been without that critical hit, actually.
It was a crit?
Yeah.
The first hit was a critical hit, right?
Aryana may not mind getting a chance to get a Amoonguss in.
Jellicent does go for the Water Spout. Does not pick up the KO on Zapdos, unfortunately. Critical hit on Kangaskhan. Zapdos goes for the Roost.
Yeah, that's going to really be tough for Aryana. Getting Zapdos off the field was going to be huge. Almost worth it to lose Jellicent to do so. But now with that Roost, it's going to be a while before it goes down. And it can probably Protect and fire off a Thunderbolt on the turn that no Trick Room's available. With Gengar knocked out, though, much easier for Amoonguss to maneuver. No worrying about Taunt anymore.
That's true.
And now that we've seen Fake on Kangaskhan, it's probably also safe to assume that Spore will hit Kangaskhan next turn. No Protect or whatever Kangaskhan switches
Has
to.
Trick Room expired? I haven't been counting the turns.
No, there's one more turn left. And so if Conan could double Protect here, it'd be easy to burn it. But
Kangaskhan
showed Fake Out, probably not carrying Fake Out and Protect. So it'll be Aryana will be able to do something with his last turn in Trick Room when many times you can't do anything. And after seeing Roost on Zapdos, it may not have Protect either. You're going to see Thunderbolt, you're going to see Hidden Power, and we've seen Roost. If it carries Tailwind or Heat Wave as a fourth move over Protect, both great options, then it won't be able to Protect either. It'll be something you miss out on against Trick Room if you don't have the option to burn turns with Protect.
I kind of want to know what set that Jellicent is. That's going to play a huge role in what Jellicent actually chooses to do. I mean, we saw last turn it was content on...
We've seen three of the moves. We've seen Protect, Trick Room, and Water Spout.
Right. Is it Will-Wisp? Is it Scald?
Will-Wisp, Shadow Ball. I would guess Shadow Ball.
Shadow Ball. We see the Amoonguss go for the Spore. Where's it going to go? Going to go for the Zapdos. Okay.
Doesn't want to allow a Thunderbolt. Jellicent's pretty safe. Now that Kangaskhan is Mega Evolved, it can't...
it can't hit...
Kangaskhan won't hurt it very much.
Right. And Zapdos is still asleep.
And we do see the Shadow Ball there.
And we see the Double Edge come out onto the Amoonguss. That's going to do a lot of damage to that Amoonguss.
A lot of recoil, too, though.
Rocky Helmet, too, and the recoil. That's going to do a lot of damage back to Kangaskhan. Might even pick up the knockout. Is it going to be enough to pick up the knockout here? And Kangaskhan hangs on by 3 HP.
But you know what? That's huge. Aryana's probably completely happy with that trade.
Right, now the Water Spout can bring...
Well, Trick Room this turn. Rage Powder Trick Room. If Zapdos doesn't one-turn sleep, that works. Even if it does, if Zapdos moves first, it works. And we saw Kangaskhan moving last in Trick Room, so it most likely is faster. So if Zapdos one-turn sleeps, this will be rough for Aryana, but otherwise a Rage Powder Trick Room, now firing off Water Spouts after several turns of leftovers that do good amount of damage again. Rain will end before too much longer, though. We've seen 4 turns of Rain so far.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, it's really a toss-up right now. Both players are trying to find that momentum.
I think a lot is going to hinge on whether this Zapdos wakes up this turn or not. I think Aryana's in a great position if it doesn't, but the game is over in Conan's favor if it does.
That's true. Amoonguss goes for the Rage Power. Smart move right there. Going to draw away any attack from that Jellicent. Kangaskhan goes for the Double Edge. Going to be able to pick up the knock
and knock itself out.
So Aryana still has one more Pokemon in the back.
And now here's that so crucial sleep turn for Zapdos.
Does Zapdos wake up? Is it going to be able to knock out the Jellicent? Zapdos is still fast asleep, and Aryana gets one more turn, possibly setting up Trick Room right here. Does set up the Trick Room, so 5 more turns with Aryana in control.
I think Rain will expire this turn also.
That's unfortunate, but...
Unless it's the Damp Rock.
Damp Rock, Politoed.
This team relies on Rain so much, I wouldn't be that surprised. But
Rain hasn't stopped.
Iron Ball.
Rain hasn't stopped.
Doesn't it stop? Maybe.
And we do see Mega Mawile. Maybe we didn't count the turns right or anything like that.
I think it'll end right here, won't it?
No, it ends before the switch in. As we see Mega Mawile, unfortunately, not really enjoying facing off against Heatran.
But the Rain helps, as long as Rain's on the field, and obviously that Heatran hates the Rain Water Spouts. Right now, Rain Water Spouts are double KO. That's all there is to it. If we've seen the healing, we saw how much the lower health Water Spout did. I'm fairly confident Water Spout will now KO Zapdos. It will definitely KO Heatran. Heatran will have to...
I'd rather see the Mawile target down that Zapdos right now. Honestly, I'd rather see that Mawile.
Yeah, Mawile will make sure it's a KO on Zapdos. But what Heatran's going to have to do is protect and hope that Rain ends, and then it can take a Water Spout and whatever Mawile does in the Rain, but all that's going to be really difficult. I do think Aryana's in great position, most likely going to win this game on the back of Water Spout.
Mawile going to go Mega right there. Of course, if there's a Mawile, most likely it's going to be Mega. Although I do see in singles sometimes people use Sheer Force. Mawile goes for the Play Rough. It does connect with the Zapdos. That's going to be
Heatran didn't protect. This game's over.
Depending on what Heatran can do. Jellicent goes for the Water Spout. Maybe it's a really bulky Heatran. Maybe it's going to get a free sub. I don't know. Oh, that picks the knockout right away.
Not even close.
Never mind. Aryana takes that in pretty good fashion.
Yeah, that focused Rain boosted stab Water Spout is something to be reckoned with.